Welcome to meeting number 361 of Turning Point Toastmaster. I am Neeraj Singla, Sergeant at Arms for today. We provide a supportive and positive learning experience in which members are empowered to develop communication and leadership skills, resulting in greater self-confidence and personal growth. You are now inside the code of conduct of Toastmasters meeting. Please be advised that this meeting is being recorded and it may not be possible to pause the recording. The following are the meeting rules. Please be advised that any behavior that disturbs the flow of the meeting will result in removal from the meeting room without any warning. Please ensure that your noise-making devices are either switched off or on silent mode. Please speak responsibly on religion, sex, politics in your speeches. As far as possible, please keep your videos on and audio off, applause flowing throughout. Be the kind of audience for others you would like to have for yourself. TMOD, TTM, and GE, please ensure a smart audio-video check before handing over to your respective role players. Role players, please rename yourself as a role player, your club name, your name. You may omit the club name if you are a member of Turning Point Toastmaster. Please acquaint yourself with the role of the timer. The timer will use the background change screen sharing to indicate time using one of three cards. Green card means that you have reached the minimum qualifying time. Yellow indicates that it is a good time to start concluding. And red specifies that you have 30 seconds more or you will be disqualified. Individual session timings will be explained in due time. We encourage you to use the Zoom emoticons generously to encourage role players. We sincerely request you not to send chat messages to everyone or the speaker on stage. In fact, refrain from chatting altogether and focus on the speaker. Reiterating, please stay on mute until specifically requested to unmute. Polls will be launched after each section and they will be closed after 30 seconds. Now, I would like to call our presiding officer, Utkarsh, to share, to introduce the guest and along with us giving some insights which are useful for this club. Please join your hands in welcoming Utkarsh on the stage.
Thank you so much. Welcome back, Toastmaster Neeraj. We are thrilled to have you back. And can we have a huge round of applause for the Madam Vice President Education of this club for truly leading from the front right when she came back and filling in for our Sergeant at Arms, as the club Sergeant at Arms is our host of the meeting. Truly grateful, Toastmaster Neeraj, and thank you so much. Hello and a warm welcome, everyone. And warm being the operative word. Well, we're in the peak of summer season here in India, and I sincerely urge everyone, no kidding here, everyone should take precaution and remain safe. It's pretty much a heat alert nowadays, and we are going through a severe heat wave. And what better way to cool yourself from the scorching heat than to attend a Toastmaster meeting, a Turning Point Toastmaster meeting every Thursday? Trust me, you couldn't have made a cooler decision than to attend a Toastmaster meeting here. We have a jam-packed agenda today with 3 sizzling speakers who will speak and give a enthralling speech. And we have a very informative and a modern-day theme as well. So rest assured, you will have a cracker of a time. We'll come back to all of it. But for now, let me acknowledge the guests who are joining us today. All right, I'm going to start with Ashok, who I see is joining from the terrace of his house. Can we firstly acknowledge and give a huge round of applause for Ashok for being so sincere towards and so enthusiastic to attend Toastmaster meeting, where any kind of resource or logistics won't hamper him or won't discourage him to attend the meeting. Can we acknowledge that firstly? Hi, Ashok. How are you?
I'm fine. Thank you. Thank you.
So excited to see you back. How has been your week?
Yeah, amazing. It has been a great day for me, the whole day. And there is also scorching heat over here, and even the room is very hot, and we can't resist this hot. And that is why I'm joining at the terrace of my house.
Wow. Lovely. So good to see you. And if I request you to please provide the brief intro again for this time, because a lot of members have joined in from the last week. So could you please briefly introduce yourself, Ashok, for everyone?
Yeah, my name is Ashok Chaudhary, and I'm a teacher, PhD teacher. I teach mathematics, and I'm here to improve my communication skills and leadership quality. And basically, I'm working in Bihar right now, and the place where I'm living, it is far away from all the Toastmaster club away. And that is why I'm facing some challenges to be the part of this community.
Well, thank you so much, Manoj. You have made a very wise decision, and we are so lucky to have you. And we welcome you wholeheartedly. Enjoy the rest of the meeting and have a good time. Thank you so much, Ashok.
Okay, welcome. Thank you.
All right. While I was talking to Ashok, we have someone who has joined recently, like just now, Manoj, who is not just a guest for us, but an active speaker today. He's going to present a rocking speech for everyone. Hi, Manoj. Can you hear me? Manoj, are you there?
Sorry, yeah, I'm there actually. Sorry, it's broadband connectivity issues. Yeah,
Hi, so good to see you again. How are you, Manoj?
I'm very well. Thank you very much for asking, Toastmaster Utkarsh. Yeah.
We're so looking forward to your speech. How about I request you to please introduce yourself to the club? I'm sure there are new members who have joined today, so I request you to please introduce yourself.
Yeah, so I've been with Toastmaster for the last couple of years. So I'm a member of Beckenham Communicators. So yeah, I mean, allowed to be part of your club. It's a very progressive club, very interesting to see some of the stories, and I always get ideas and I learn a lot from your club. So yeah, I would be looking forward for my speech as well, and also evaluation, and also hopefully if I can get time, can join the table topic sessions as well.
Thank you, Manoj, for always being so gracious, and we're so looking forward to your speech. Thank you so
Thank you.
much. All right, there are two members, two guests who have also joined us, and one is from our sister club, Jaspreet. Hi, Jaspreet, and welcome to our club. I'm not going to ask you an intro. You are sort of a member for us, and we also have someone who's a very regular here, who is Animesh from Elan Toastmaster Club. Welcome, Animesh, to you as well. And while I was chatting, there's someone who has joined us, and I'm very glad to announce Aina. Hi, Aina. Is it possible for you to unmute?
Yeah. Hi, Utkarsh. How are you?
I'm good, Aina, and welcome to Turning Point Toastmasters. Let me ask you, how are you firstly?
I'm perfectly fit in my mind, you.
And may I ask you, where are you joining us from?
I'm joining from Gurgaon only.
Wonderful. And you're saying something.
No. You continue.
All right. And if I ask you, is this your first time as in a Toastmasters meeting?
Yes, this is my first time.
Wonderful. You are in for a ride for sure. And if it's your first time, may I ask you to please give a brief intro and let us know who you are a little bit? Please, go ahead.
Yeah, sure. Hi, everybody. My name is Dr. Anna Gupta. I'm from Gurgaon. I work as an assistant professor in K.R. Mangalam University. I have done my graduation from Delhi University. I'm a gold medalist in mathematics. I have done PhD in mathematics, of course. Specialization is cosmology. I got to know about this club, I think yesterday itself. A friend of mine recommended me. So I said, fine, I'll give it a try. But I insisted that I might not be able to, stay here for full 2 hours, but I'll definitely try my best. So here I am. And I think I will be enjoying a lot, given the topic is very interesting. It is machine learning. I'm very sure that I will enjoy it. A little bit about myself. let me start with my hobbies. I like to read a lot. I like to write. I like to travel. I like music. And of course, I like sleeping. Good food, of course. And that's it. So let's just start with the session, I suppose. Yeah.
Wow, a mathematician, a PhD, and an assistant professor, and hobbies like reading, writing, traveling. Oh my God, aren't we lucky? We are so thrilled to have you, Aina, and I'm so looking forward to listen to your experience as well. And we wholeheartedly welcome you. I hope you will have a great time today. Thank you so much.
Yeah, yeah. Thank you, Utkarsh.
And in case you're not aware, so since this is your first Toastmaster meeting, well, Toastmaster as a platform provides a supportive and structured environment for individuals to practice and develop their communication and leadership abilities. And in case you're curious to know a lot more, you can connect with us on our guest group or have a chat with our Vice President membership, Toastmaster Ashima, or our club treasurer, distinguished Toastmaster Anand, who's present here. We'll be more than happy to guide you. But for now, I want you to just relax, enjoy the meeting, unabashedly participate during the impromptu section, and I will be super excited to know your experience towards the end of the meeting.
Yeah,
Thank you
yeah,
so
sure.
much.
Thank you.
All right, few major announcements to make, folks. June is going to be a really exciting month for the club with lots of things planned and festivities like around the corner. Well, I cannot reveal everything right away as it is important to keep the surprise element in store. But what I can definitely reveal is that next week, as in like next Thursday on 6th of June, we are going to have a joint meeting with Nagaro Icons Toastmaster Club. Can we have a huge round of applause for that, for this union? Nagaro Toastmasters, Nagaro Icons Toastmaster Club falls in Division G and has presence of several leaders serving in District 41. So we are absolutely thrilled for this collaboration, and I request everyone to tune in next Thursday to witness this union. Another announcement, and I have announced this last week as well, but let me repeat it. That's very important, especially for, I mean, definitely for the members of this club. The executive committee elections for Turning Point Toastmasters are scheduled for the second Thursday of June, that is the 13th of June. And this is a great opportunity to take leadership roles, especially for the relatively new members. You can take up VP membership, you can take up VPPR as per your own interest. And all the new members are specially requested to understand all the EC positions and actively nominate for the same. Distinguished Toastmaster Nitin Pathak will serve as the election officer, and he will very soon seek nominations from you all. Most importantly, most probably starting next week, and I urge everyone to make the most out of this opportunity. All right, thank you so much. That completes my housekeeping work. Well, today, as promised, we are definitely in for a treat. An established data scientist will give us a glimpse of an exciting field making huge strides in our lives, to say the least, which is machine learning. To all those who are wondering, are we truly in a Toastmaster meeting talking about machine learning, all these technical things? Well, let me tell you, regardless of your technical background or your field, we will be able to understand and appreciate the usage of machine learning in our lives in a very lucid way, as promised by our Toastmaster of the evening. It'll be equal parts exciting and enriching. So without further ado, let's welcome the club sergeant at arms and our Toastmaster of the evening, Toastmaster Ankit Agarwal, on the virtual stage with a huge round of applause. Can we have a huge round of applause for him? Toastmaster Ankit, a quick audio video check with you. Let me spotlight you right away.
Toastmaster Utkarsh, I am audible and visible.
You are absolutely audible and visible, and you are incredible. Over to you.
Good evening, fellow Toastmasters and dear guests. Let me just start with a question. Raise your hands if you think that machine learning has actually helped you in your life by which might be through the use of any application or through a device. Anyone would like to share an experience? Okay, go ahead, Neeraj.
Like when I see something like some dress or some bag or something like this, and I really want to buy it, but I don't know the name of it. I just write the description in the internet and it shows me very similar kind of recommendation from text to image on Amazon, Instagram, Facebook, everywhere, which has really helped me to, not look thousand of options just to hit the right one with the help of machine learning.
Thanks, Neeraj, for sharing your experience. And I think like, isn't it like, go ahead, Rohan, like you can also share your experience.
So yeah, like previous year, OpenAI has just joined ChatGPT. I started using ChatGPT. I still can remember that I had a fight with my girlfriend, and I was just trying to convince her, like any another way possible. And then I just wrote some script like this scenario has happened. How should I convince her? Then ChatGPT have given me the very nice script, and certainly she have just got convinced, and it helped me a lot. So like that way it helped me.
Thanks, Rohan. I think like your example like, definitely made us believe that it's actually changing our lives. But yeah, so like, isn't it interesting like how machines or applications could learn our preferences, right, and give us recommendations based on our needs only, right, before without even we tell them, right? So this is what we are going to learn about today. And talking about term machine learning, right? I just wanted to break it down into two terms like machine and learning, right? And we'll be talking about both of these terms separately. So first thing, like I want to talk about machine, right? So can anyone tell like what used to be the purpose of a traditional machine in the past, right? Anyone would like to take an attempt? Yes, go ahead, Ashok.
Yeah, it is the tools which help us in many ways, and it makes our works very easier.
Thanks, Ashok. So yes, Ashok, you're right. Right. So machines were made to a purpose to do repetitive tasks, right? And those were made and to do repetitive tasks with the help of like some instructions which were programmed, right? So those that was the main purpose of machines. So we can
Right.
think about an like automobile, let's say our like childhood favorite car, which might be Maruti 800. So how does Maruti 800 work? The whole purpose is just transportation, right? So it's programmed or it's defined in certain way that whenever we do some kind of action, which might be changing gears or pedaling brakes, right? It do some kind of the automobile or the machine do certain activity. So this was the main purpose of machines when it came into existence, right? And the next term, right? The next term, which is the most important thing, is the learning part, right? How do these machines right now, the smart machines right now are learning? So this will be my next thing to talk about the learning aspect of machine learning. But before I do that, let me just introduce the structure of our meeting. So we will have three sections within our meeting. The first section will be prepared speeches. Within these prepared speeches, today we'll have three speakers who will be giving their prepared speeches, which will be being evaluated by our evaluators. And the second section will be impromptu speaking session where guests and members are invited on the stage, given a topic, and asked to speak on a topic for a minute or two. And the table topic section is today headed by Toastmaster Rohan. Finally, we will have a evaluation section where everyone, including me, will get evaluated. This evaluation section will be headed by our general evaluator, who is Toastmaster Anshuman today. Talking about Anshuman, Anshuman has been associated with Toastmasters for 4 years now, working at Google as a off slate. Anshuman has completed his black belt, master black belt in Six Sigma, and in his spare time, he loves playing all kind of sports, including cricket, tennis, table tennis, esports, and FIFA. So let us put our hands together to invite Toastmaster Anshuman on the stage. Anshuman, can we have you on the
Thanks
stage?
a lot, Toastmaster Ankit, and welcome everyone into a real world, which might soon in the future be replaced by a virtual world, thanks to machine learning. But for now, as humans, we learn primarily through feedback through self-analysis or feedback through our peers or group members. So in a typical Toastmasters meeting, we have an evaluation section where I, as a general evaluator, and the team we have of timer, our counter, grammarian, and the speech evaluators, all of us will be sharing feedback with you respectively on the roles you play today. I like to invite one by one the team which we have for today evening to share the feedback, starting with the timer. So the timer is being played by Priyesh today. Priyesh, can you please, Toastmaster Priyesh, can you please introduce your role to all of us?
Uh, so, Greetings, Mr. Toastmaster, fellow Toastmasters, and guests. As a timer, I will time the table topics, formal speeches, and evaluations. I'll also alert speakers of the time they have left using green card, yellow card, and red card, which denotes specific timings. Tables topic speakers should limit their speeches for no more than 2 minutes. At 1 minute, I'll raise green card, 1.5 minutes, yellow card, and at 2 minutes, red card. For those who are giving speeches, there are specific limits. For icebreaker speech, the limit is from 4 to 6 minutes. At 4 minutes, I'll raise green card, 5 minutes, yellow card, and 6 minutes, red card. For other speeches, the time limit is 5 to 7 minutes. At 5 minutes, I'll raise green card, 6 minutes, yellow card, and at 7 minutes, red card. For the last evaluation, the time limit is around 2 to 3 minutes. I'll raise at 2 minutes, I'll raise a green card. At 2.5 minutes, I'll raise a yellow card, and 3 minutes, I'll raise a red card. Thank you, Mr. Toastmaster.
Thanks a lot, Toastmaster Priyesh. Next, I'd like to invite Toastmaster Jaspreet, who's the R counter for today evening. Over to you, Toastmaster Jaspreet.
Thank you, Toastmaster General Anshuman. So as a counter of this today's meeting, I will be noting down all the ers and ums and all the crutch words in between. And will show you my report at the end.
All right, thanks a lot, Toastmaster Jaspreet. Last but not the least, I'd like to invite the grammarian for today evening, the president of our club, Toastmaster Utkarsh.
Thank you, Mr. General Evaluator. Greetings, fellow Toastmasters and dear guests. I will be your grammarian of the day, aka your grammar teacher. I'll keep a tab on the good usages when it comes to pronunciation, your grammar, and of course, not so good usages. I'll be very strict with any kind of non-usages as well. Just kidding. But for now, it's very important that I introduce you with the word of the day, which is promising. PROMISING, promising, which means showing signs of future success or potential and likely to succeed or develop in a desirable way. Examples or usages? Well, I'll give you examples from a Toastmaster's perspective. As a promising Toastmaster, Ankit did an excellent job as a Toastmaster of the day, engaging everyone with creative questions. Another usage could be Turning Point Toastmasters have a promising future in club leadership given our supreme members and leaders. Everyone is encouraged to use the word of the day in their speeches so that everyone could learn to use, so that we could learn to apply the usage of new words learned. And I also encourage everyone to encourage and support and show appreciation for anyone who use the word of the day by either showing an emoticon virtually or literally raising their thumb if their videos are on. I will also write the word of the day and its meaning in the chat box for everyone's perusal. And I will be back to present my reports towards the end of the meeting when called upon by the General Evaluator. But for now, it's back to you, Mr. General Evaluator.
Thanks a lot, Toastmaster Utkarsh. I hope all of us have a productive meeting. I, along with also the speech evaluators for today evening, Toastmaster Neeraj, distinguished Toastmaster Anant and Toastmaster Animesh, along with the tag team, will be back at the end of the meeting to share our respective reports. For now, back to you, Toastmaster of the Day, Toastmaster Ankit, to take it away.
Thank you, General Evaluator Anshuman, for your report. And what we are going to hear from you in the end of the meeting. And with that, let us start with our prepared speeches. And our first speaker for today is Toastmaster Megha. Talking about Toastmaster Megha is a passionate chartered accountant, a proud wife, and an ambitious woman, having big dream in her eyes. Today, she will be evaluated by Toastmaster Neeraj. Toastmaster Neeraj, can we have you on the stage? A quick audio and video check. Neeraj?
Am I audible and visible?
Yes, go ahead, Neeraj.
Today, Megha is going to attempt her level 1 project Introduction to Vocal Variety and Body Language from Dynamic Leadership Pathway. The purpose of this speech is to practice using vocal variety and body language to enhance the speech. All the very best, Megha. Back to you, Toastmaster of the Day, Ankit.
Megha, can we have a quick audio and video check?
Am I audible and visible?
Yes, Megha, you are audible as well as visible. Megha, say yes to family. Say yes to family. Megha, over to you.
Thank you, Toastmaster, for the wonderful introduction. Some few months ago, I was searching for a perfect match for my brother. Then I came across a bio data which says, I'm looking for a family. I'm looking for someone who do not live in a family. At first, I was taken aback of what I just read. I didn't understand what she actually meant. I'm not judging her in any way. In fact, I like the fact that she is very clear and transparent in her approach in what she wants with her life, that she do not want to live in a family. But the thought which didn't leave my mind was that what made her write specifically in her bio data that line? She must have experienced certain things of a family, certain situations in a family that she do not want to live in a certain culture. My 3 years of wedding, I can jot down certain points which I think can be the reason of her stating that statement. First, living in a family means more responsibilities. Living in a family means toleration, shattering ego. Living in a family means you have to have a work-life balance. And if you are more inclined to your work, it becomes really difficult. And generation gap is yet another problem. But with all the resources that we have in this planet, we have this resource which is human resource, which is the most difficult yet most important resource to deal with. The house help working in your home and the person, the prime minister who is running the country, both are humans. But you will all agree with me that there are certain people who find it difficult to deal with the person working in their homes, and there are others who are very poised in dealing with people with higher positions. So this is not a matter of position, but a matter of diversification. You can escape family, but not people. You have to learn to deal with complex people. In fact, I believe that whenever we are in trouble due to someone, it is our mistake. We do not know how to deal with people who are not like us, or how to deal with those people who are not behaving like the way we want them to behave. Now, coming back to what I said about family, I have made you count so many cons of having a family. But friends, look around yourself. Do you observe that people who are not living in their family for the sake of job or for any other purpose, are they really alone? I don't think so. The answer is absolutely no. They have found themselves some people who matches their vibe, and they can count on them when in need. It's just that the family is being made by them. So it is simple. They have discretion to make the rules. But it is not the case with the family where we are born. So it becomes a little more difficult. But yes, all the disadvantages I made you count earlier applies here as well. You will have to be responsible. You have to be tolerant, and you cannot show your ego card everywhere. Ego, if you flash your ego, you no relation can work with ego, be it friends, family, or your life partner. I remember I remember myself 13 years old when I used to ask my mama to go to Nani's house because I we they were joint. My Nani's house, it is a joint family, it is a joint structure, but ours was nuclear. So I used to cherish those lovely moments, those teenage gossips, those playfulness. Yes, we do have fights, but that temporary fights do not overpower the happiness we used to feel around each other. Now the question is, do I have some solutions or some tips of how we can deal with all these things? I don't think there's a exclusive list of these things because this is a subjective matter at all. But yes, I can make you uh, have some of the points which you can use in your lives. First, try to see the positive in everyone. Everyone is has its their own negatives and positives. You have to focus on their positives. Second, have a control on your life. I agree with that. But be rebellious only when you have done your convincing part with utmost sincerity. Like if you have a situation in your family where you want your parents to act in a certain way, but they do not, so just have a discussion with them. And yes, be open in that discussion. If you feel that they are correct or progressive in that situation, then accept that you are wrong and they are right. Third, when you can't say anything good, don't say nothing at all. I know you all must have heard this line in social media nowadays. Fourth, be truly selfish. Yes, there is a very thin line between disliking someone and disliking their opinions. So, do dislike, we have this tendency of disliking a person, and even if we tend to dislike someone, we tend to even ignore the facts that they are saying in a progressive and a correct manner. So, do not do that. A purely selfish person knows that if people around them are happy, they will be happy actually. That's all by my side. And the one nursery rhyme I have when I find myself in the midst of all these things is I say to myself, people, people everywhere. People here, people there. Some are good, some are bad. So learn to deal with them and don't go mad. That's all by my side. Thank you.
A round of applause for Mega for such a wonderful speech. So let's take a 1 minute to write feedback to Mega for her speech. And timer, can you please let me know about once we have 1 minute complete? Now it's time for the second prepared speech for today, which will be given by Toastmaster Manoj. Toastmaster Manoj is an IT consultant who is currently a member of Beckham Communicator Toastmaster Club. And in free time, Toastmaster Manoj loves to watch Malayalam and Hindi movies and also walking in the woods. With this, uh, Toastmaster Manoj will be evaluated by distinguished Toastmaster Anand today. Anand, can we have you on the stage?
Am I audible and visible?
Yes, Anand, you are audible and visible.
Thank you for the opportunity, Mr. Toastmaster. Congratulations, Manoj. Today, everyone, Manoj is going to attempt his first project from his level, and the project is all about mentoring. How Toastmasters envisions mentoring. And Manoj would like to share a personal experience uh, of his time as a protege. Remember, the project doesn't have to be the summary of the project literature itself. The speech has to be an authentic personal experience as a protege. Timer, please note timing will be 5 to 7 minutes. Looking forward to hear the stunning speech, Manoj. All the very best. Over to you, Ankit.
Thanks, Anand.
Thank you.
Manoj, can we have a quick audio and video check?
Yeah. Can you hear me now?
Yes, Manoj, you are audible as well as visible. Manoj, half lesson learned. Half lesson learned, Manoj.
Fellow Toastmasters, guest, very good evening to you all. I've recently come across a very interesting story on the internet. There was a young man who worked diligently at a factory under the guidance of an old technician, now his mentor. The wise and experienced man taught him, this young man, a very beautiful and work ethics, which says talk less, do more, and continuously develop your skills. Fast forward, the old man retired, the young man became a technician, and he just exactly did what his mentor said. His dedication, diligence, all what has been taught by his mentor in his work. But one day when the mentee went to his mentor's house, the mentor quickly found out, the old man quickly found out, it seems to be something troubling this young man. He asked, what exactly is troubling you? The young man said, I've been following your instruction all these years. I stay quiet, I work hard, and I mastered all the skills in the factory. But yet, the less experienced people, less qualified, are getting promoted. And I'm still in the same package when I joined many years ago. Now, the old man asked this young man, are you indispensable to the factory? The young man said, yes. So the old man told him and advised, take a day off. Give yourself a break. The young man was surprised by the advice, but he realized the potential of the mentor, and he quickly vanished the house of the mentor without completing the conversation. So the very next day, he requested a day off. And on his return, the manager called him to the office. The manager explained him, listen, young man, we struggled the day yesterday and we couldn't figure out the problem what we're facing on the shop floor. And I know that the fact that you are a master of that. Knowingly your skills, we would like to reward you and we would like to promote you. After a while, the young man thought, wow, this seems to be a secret sauce success. So whenever he felt undervalued, he took a day off. And the next day, he's been rewarded and compensated well as well. So now this pattern goes on for months and months and months. But when he took an off on his return, he's been suddenly stopped in the factory, barred entering into the factory. And he realized and had been informed that his contract has been terminated. The young man was devastated and heartbroken. So he quickly went to his mentor to figure out what exactly went on wrong. The old man took a while and said, you know what? you heard the half the lesson. See, no one pays attention to a light bulb which is always on. It is only when it goes off that's where people start noticing. Till then, we take it granted. You are so eager to hear the first lesson and you miss the second part, the second half of the story. The young man said, "What is the second half?" He said, "If the light bulb frequently goes off, on and off, on and off, on and off, it will be replaced by a reliable bulb. Who likes the frequently flickering bulb?" Now, the reason why I said this story, the tale has completely mirrored my Toastmasters journey as well. You know what? I joined Toastmasters ages ago, many, many years ago. I was brimming with confidence. I was on a consulting assignment in Middle East, and I thought, you know what? I am very good in communication. For me, communication doesn't require any polish. But a good friend of mine took me to a Toastmaster, and that's where I heard about Toastmasters all about. And that was a very professional club. And they assigned me to a mentor. He's a very seasoned mentor, very educated person, well qualified, knows the ins and outs of Toastmaster. And the club has also given me a role because of my confidence. They said, "Okay, why don't you take an do an icebreaker speech?" And I was excited. I was over the moon because I knew I got this opportunity. I know that I can nail it. So I had a conversation with my mentor, and she advised me one simple thing: go slow, go easy. I thought she didn't underestimating my potential value, the kind of confidence I have in speaking. She doesn't understand my strength. So I ignored her. I choose a very complex topic for my icebreaker speech. The result was absolutely disastrous. I was gutted. I made a colossal screw up. I put my mentors down, and more importantly, I put myself down. And it struck me so heavily that I left Toastmasters. And took me years to muster my courage and return back to Toastmasters. Now, if you look at both the stories, the technician and a mine, we both were skating on the ice, thin ice, where mentorship was partially heeded or ignored. So, my message to everyone in this audience is, which has been shaped by setbacks and growth, is that absorb your mentor's wisdom fully. Listen wholeheartedly to your mentor. And the most important, whether you are looking for a mentor in your Toastmasters journey or your professional career or even your life, choose your mentor wisely and intelligently that fits your requirement. With that, over to the Toastmaster of the day. Thank you.
Thank you, Toastmaster Manoj, for reminding us about mentorship. And with this, let's take 1 minute, all of us, to write a feedback personally to Toastmaster Manoj. And timer, please help me time for 1 minute. Now it's time for our third prepared speaker, who is Toastmaster Sanjida. Sanjida is a consultant by profession and finds her interest in visiting historical cities. Her favorite food is dal chawal and mashed potatoes. Her fun time is watching movies like Lapata Ladies, and she has recently joined Toastmasters to improve her impromptu speaking skills. Today, she will be evaluated by Toastmaster Animesh. Toastmaster Animesh, can we have a quick audio and video check?
Sure, Toastmaster Ankit. Wonderful night today.
You are audible and visible. Please share the objectives of speech.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Toastmaster Ankit. My speaker, Toastmaster Sanjita, is going to attempt her very first speech in Toastmasters. As the the purpose of this project is for the member to introduce herself to the club and learn the basic structure of a public speech. Timer, please note the time is for 4 to 6 minutes. I wish Toastmaster Sanjita all the best for the speech. Over to you, Ankit.
With that, I would call upon Toastmaster Sanjita on the stage. And Sanjita, can we have a quick audio and video check?
Sure. Am I audible?
Yes, you are audible as well as visible. Sanjita, discovering myself by embracing the unknown. Discovering myself by embracing the unknown. Sanjita.
Um, Hello, everyone, fellow Toastmasters and their guests. So, as you can see, I'm Sanjita and I'm from Assam. And, you know, when so basically, I did my graduation in Assam itself. And after that, I, I was posted, like, I started working in Delhi. And that's when I saw the diversity in lot of people that I was working with, and that's what made me realize like India is so rich. Um, After my Delhi stint, of course, I went to do my masters in public policy, and my seeing a diverse cohort in my batch as well made me realize like I should venture out more and be and take up projects in different states in India, and which has made me travel like to 7 different states in India. I've lived in 7 different states in India till now. Traveled to 158 cities in last 7 years. Sorry, yeah, 7 years basically. What I have realized in this 7 years is that people, when I give them my introduction as an Assamese, they would ask me like, "Are you really an Assamese?" Because I don't look like one, and that makes me wonder if the mainstream media has probably depicted us in a certain way, which they have forgotten to bring more role models from Northeast, right? So, and of course the questions like, hey, is Assam very, you know is a very service oriented state, or is not is very service oriented state, or very manufacturing oriented state? Questions like this. And then what kind of food do you have? And and to my surprise, the questions on this lines were similar all across the states. And of course, like me being from Assam has I would have certain kind of uh, I don't know, probably hesitation, or kind of like I would feel outcasted when I'm being asked this kind of questions, and I feel like my fellow Indians are not well aware of uh, probably the entire northeastern culture. And but then I realized like it's not their fault as well, because the media has depicted us in certain ways, or even the geography books that I have read while as in school has termed as us as the Mongoloid group, right? Wherein we would have small eyes, big forehead, and all, and the inclusivity was not there. So what I realized after being and having interacted with so many people from different states, different culture, and of course the foreigners as well, that people always perceive from the content they have been reading, or probably their views are limited to what they have seen. So I would urge everyone to of course visit Northeast, explore there, take up a project, probably a short one, even for 3 months, and explore Northeast to understand what we actually like, how we look like, because the culture is very different there. It's entirely different, even when it comes to the food habits, the way people talk, um, the pronunciation, and everything. Yeah. So over the time, I have realized like there are certain things which excites me. Culture, language, tradition are of course the three most important thing that I have uh, apart from my career is what excites me basically. And I have learned to be more patient, to be more inclusive, not to of course I would have perception about everyone but not to judge them, and have built myself in such a way to be very kind, of course, to understand where they are coming from when they are passing such certain perception or judgment. And yeah, that's all from my side. Over to you, Toastmaster Ankit.
A huge round of applause for Toastmaster Sanjita for delivering such a wonderful icebreaker speech. And let's take 1 minute to give feedback to Sanjita as well.
Standing ovation for icebreaker.
Yes, yeah, definitely. I missed it. Timer, please help me time 1 minute.
In the meantime, people are writing feedback for our debutant, our icebreaker speech speaker, Toastmaster Sanjeeva. I request everyone to cast their votes for the best prepared speaker. Thank you.
Now it's time to come back to our theme of machine learning. Last we talked about that we will be going to talk about the learning aspect of machine learning, right? And I would be talking about this by answering three questions, right? The first one, like, what's the difference between humans and traditional machines? Well, it's about their capabilities and their nature. Humans possess the consciousness, creativity, and emotions, and most importantly, the ability to learn as well as adapt. Now, this brings the second question. How do even humans learn? Well, we learn from experiences. Think about, you have seen people screwing up their lives by smoking, and you have decided that you or your family members will never smoke in future because you learned in life that smoking kills. Another example, you have observed people who are fat tend to have heart diseases, and you make a decision that you want to remain thin for your life, else you will suffer from heart diseases. Mathematically, what you are doing here is observing a lot or a ton of data and coming up with a pattern or a rule for classification. So you have decided that a certain characteristics will mean class A and the other certain characteristics will mean class B. Now, the another question is, how do we even identify these patterns or rules? Let's take another example. Let's say we want to hit a bullseye through a dart. You throw a dart and take a random attempt and you miss the bullseye. Then what you do? You change your direction, you change the amount of force in order to make sure that you hit the bullseye. Again, you realize there needs to be some change in the technique that you need to do to, to hit the bullseye. So you continue to do this process until you are nearby or basically hitting the bullseye. So mathematically, if you think what we are doing here, we are actually doing trial and error. You take a random attempt, calculate the error that you have made. Then you calculate the change in your technique, which you expect will bring a better result. And then you try out this new technique. So this is basically how the human learns, right? One is through the experiences. The another thing is identifying patterns through the trial and error with those experiences. So this is how the human learns. And next, before we talk about like how machine learns, now it's time to move to our most interesting and happening section of today evening, which is table topic sections, and which will be headed today by Toastmaster Rohan. And Toastmaster Rohan Dhage, a B2B sales professional from Nasik, who is currently living in Gurgaon and who loves to travel and play cricket, will be hosting this table topic section. Rohan, can we have a quick audio and video check?
Hi Ankit, hope I am audible and visible.
Rohan, you are audible and visible, and the stage is all yours.
Thank you so much, Ankit. Hello. Good evening, fellow Toastmasters and guests. Welcome to the one of the most exciting parts of our meeting, the table topic session, where all you might be knowing that table topics are designed to help you develop your important speaking skills. Where I'll be giving you some topic and you need to speak on that topic for 1 or 2 minutes. Now, few ground rules for this session. We'll be giving you 2 minutes to speak. For 1 minute, timer will be showing green card. For 1.5 minute, he will be showing yellow card, and red card he will be showing at 2 minutes. After red card, you may conclude your speech for today. Remember, there is no right, there is no wrong way to approach these table topics. The goal is to practice speaking for the promising future. So I would like to encourage you all use word of the day today, which is promising, and would like to call you to volunteer yourself so that I can call you over the stage. Today's session is quite different as our theme is today is machine learning. I will be giving you some prompts and you will be my bots who are all will be crafting their stories in a particular manner. So today we had some guests join. I would like to call Dipesh. Are you there?
Yes, please. I'm here. Good evening.
Yeah. Good evening, Dipesh. You are audible and visible. I guess not
And now
visible,
I'm visible.
audible. Yeah.
It's dark lighting conditions.
Yeah.
I'm in the cab, so I can't help it.
Not an issue. Not an issue. So, Dipesh, today's topic is quite different than usual. I'll be giving you
Okay.
3 words. With that, you'll have to craft your story according to it. So, Dipesh, car, office, rain. Dipesh, car, office, rain. Over to you.
I don't have to craft a story. It's my life. It's my everyday life. Like this car, car, and one more, the middle word I missed out. TTN. Could you please repeat that?
Sorry, car, office, rain.
Yeah, car, office, rain. There's nothing as such because that's every day to be done. So, budget, car, office, rain. So I have to craft a story about it, right? Because every day I travel. I was traveling. I was traveling in the car, and then all of a sudden I saw an accident, and I couldn't help out because it was so crowded. It was very crowded, and I was in the traffic. I couldn't help it. So somehow I just got out of the car and helped the person. And all of a sudden, rain also happened, and it was the bad day because I had an important meeting to attend, and nothing else. I don't have anything such that. So I'll just conclude my story half complete. Yeah, back to you, Team Blogmaster.
Thank you so much, Dipesh. Yeah, you tried your level best. You crafted story. Anyhow, next time I would encourage you to like speak more time than usual. Like we'll move forward, and I'd like to call upon stage our next guest, which is Ashok is there. Ashok, are you there?
Yeah, I'm here. I'm ready.
Yeah. Hi Ashok, you are audible and visible. I can see. So topic for you is you are invisible for today. Ashok, you are invisible for today.
In my opinion, being invisible is a boon for me, and I think it is boon for everyone. In which, by the help of this invisibility, we can achieve whatever we want. The basic requirements of all the human beings are material things, and which can be taken when people don't see us. And if I were invisible for today, I would like to take all the things which I have ever required, and that is the the Mercedes car, which is nowadays beyond of my reach, and I would take the money from the people and who have stored in their life and they are not giving such opportunity the rest of the people. And taking the money, I would help those who are really in need of money and they could fulfill their dreams by the help of that money. So I wish everyone would be visible and the amount they have taken out of that people, they must help those who are needy. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Ashok, for your speech today. Like the way you are thinking is like quite interesting to hear from your side. Thank you so much. So next speaker, I would like to call Gunjan on stage. Gunjan, are you there? Gunjan is not there, I guess. Aina, can you get up? Aina, are you there?
Yeah, I'm here.
So Aina, if you don't mind, can you just turn
Yeah,
on your
just
video?
give me a minute. Just give me a minute. Am I visible?
Yeah, you are visible. So topic for you: trip, friends, adventure. Aina, trip, friends, adventure.
What is the first word? I didn't get you.
Trip, friends, adventure.
Okay. Yeah, hi. Um, trip, friends, and adventure, right? I would see everybody loves this. Everybody always wants to go on trips with their friends and have and to do lot and lot of adventure. I can there is no need for me to craft a story. Actually, I've lived it. A couple of years back, I got the opportunity to be in Bangalore, and we only had one day off. It was a 2 week rigorous training. Summer internship program was there, and they only gave Sunday off. And what we did was we got up, everybody, we were 11, 12 of us, everybody got up at 3 a.m. in the morning and we left at 4. We went to Nandi Hills and we came back by 9, 9:30. After that, we went to Makalidurg. We trekked there, everybody, all of us. We had like lot of fun, lot of adventure. Um, it was a short 1 day trip, but I think I made the most out of it. It was very, very, very thrilling, very exciting. And I promised myself that I will take up these opportunities, these trips more often, but somehow I could not. But when today I got the opportunity to, come here, I was a bit, overwhelmed, like whether I should be here or not, like whether I get time or not. But I'm very happy that I did. And I made a promise to myself in the beginning that I'll try to stick for at least 1 hour, given I have some family responsibilities to take care of. I'm very happy. And I think I fulfilled my promise. And 1.5 minutes is over. So thank you so much. And do let me know how it went.
Aina, believe me, you have crafted such a beautiful story. You have shared your experience, and that's what we learn in impromptu speaking. I don't think like you are a firstly you are giving this speech, but you have quite good experience. That good I can say. Next speaker,
Thank
I
you
would
so
like
much.
to call Priyesh on stage. Priyesh,
Hi.
are you there?
Yeah, I'm there.
Hi, Priyesh. The topic for you is manager, appraisal, hospital. Priyesh, Priyesh, manager, hospital, and appraisal. Over to you.
Okay. Thanks, Rohan. So that's a really weird combination, manager, appraisal, and hospital. So to start with, I've worked with three different teams. So I've got good managers and bad managers, and both of it have been like a really mixed experience. So starting with the latest manager was a really terrible manager. He used to make people afraid of of them to force them to work on them. I remember one of my colleague had an appraisal going on. They worked really hard. Just few weeks before the appraisal side, they will come, they will squash all their confidence that you didn't work this and that, and break down their confidence, and then make them and give them 2 to 3% appraisal. So I have those kinds of managers, as well as I have gotten really great managers who would be very supportive and try to help you go learn more and achieve more in life. And but the worst manager have had, like they will make you work so much over the night that you might have severe health issues and get hospitalized. So to conclude my speech, I will say that your daily mood depends a lot on your manager, and your health also depends a lot on your manager. And if you have a good manager, you'll have a great appraisal as well. So your growth is on that. So choose wisely who you want to work for. And that's all from my side. Thanks.
Thank you so much, Priyesh. Love to hear your story, and such a wonderfully you have crafted that one. Next, I would like to call Jaspreet on stage. Jaspreet, are you there?
Am I audible?
Yeah, you are audible and visible too. So, topic for you is college prank police. Jaspreet, Jaspreet, college pranks police.
College pranks and police. um, okay, so I've never went to college, only for submitting maybe some assignments and forms. Second, um, I mean, So there was a time when my brother and my cousin, they went to eat a pastry to Saket, G Block Market. It's
Did we lose her?
Am I audible?
Yeah, Jasprit, you
Am
are
I
audible
audible?
now.
Please carry on, Jaspreet. Timer, please continue the time.
Carry on, Jasprit.
Am I audible? Because I can't hear anything.
Yes, you are.
Yes, you are audible.
Yes, you are.
Okay. I'll be quick. So there was a time when they were both going to a J Block Market to eat a pastry. Eventually, they got into a car accident, and they lady. And after that, the both of my cousin got really, like my brother and my cousin got really badly injured, and they were in the and the police came for taking their scooty because they were driving, and eventually, like, everything got sorted out if you just pay to the police officer, right? Like, all they want is money. But eventually, this was a time when they were reckless. I really don't have any personal story. I've never been that reckless, but they did that, and I think that's a very the time when they were in their college, and they got caught in the police uh, and did something really crazy. Over to you.
Thank you so much, Jasprit. You have crafted your story beautifully, even though it's not related to you, but anyhow, you have attempted very well. Thank you so much, Jasprit. Next, I would like to call Manoj on stage.
This would be the last table topic.
Yeah. Manoj, topic for you is courage, change, opportunity. Manoj, courage, change, opportunity.
Fellow Toastmasters, and thank you very much, Table Topic Master. Courage, opportunity, and whatever actually is it's like a third one. Like I said a while ago about my story on the Toastmasters, which was donkeys years ago, actually, when I jumped into a Toastmaster without thinking that this is something which I can do a cakewalk for me. Now, I know that for the matter of fact that I was very good in terms of communication, and I took the initiative, the courage to go and do the Toastmasters. So let me pick you one simple thing about how I have succeeded and how I failed after succeeded. Now, like brimming with confidence, I went to the Toastmasters meeting. I know that I can going to nail it. It's a cakewalk for me in terms of public speaking. And I was sitting so confidently suited and booted in the kind of meeting room. And when they asked me, like in the first meeting itself, when they asked me to do the table topic, like what you did today, I just show off my hands and then went there and they give me a very simple topic because they know that someone is a guest. Generally guest has been given with a very simple topic. So I went there with a full courage that I'm going to do very well there. And you know what? I was downstuck. I was absolutely short of words, short of breath, actually, I would say. I couldn't able to utter a single word for a very, very simple topic. And till now, that has been brimming on and hanging on the back of the mind. Why did I not spoken to of a topic which is so simple, so simple? I can't even able to stick there for half a minute or maybe 10 seconds. And I was sitting there, standing there, and I was thinking, what should I do? That was a promising moment for me. You know what? I mean, I was completely failed. And people around there in the meeting room trying to give me kind of, hint actually to speak about it. But Absolutely. I was dumbstruck. I was gutted actually that day. And that was the first day of my meeting. But I thought I will continue there. And I continued there. But that was the opportunity. But now I'm thinking that was the best thing I've done, because if I had not failed there, I wouldn't have succeeded. With that, over to you, Table Topic Master. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Manoj. The way you constructed your story and like explain us about your opportunities and how you overcome for that. Thank you so much. With that, guys, we'll wrap up the session. It was a very nice session with you guys, and over to you, Toastmaster of the day, Ankit.
Thank you, Rohan, for such a wonderful table topic section and bringing this new concept to us. And now, talking about the theme machine learning, we have talked about machines, we have talked about learning. So now let's talk about machine learning. So what machine learning do is basically enables machines to learn the way human learn, which can be learning through the data, and which is similar to what human learn through experiences, and learning the patterns through trial and error, which we learned that the way human learns as well. Now let's talk about some examples. How about like we get calls from insurance companies and banks for their loans or for their policies. Do they call everyone? No, they call only those people who are likely to buy their products. And this is what is called targeted marketing. And this is what is being done right now with machine learning. Another example, whenever we go to grocery shops or super malls of grocery stores, we see that chips and cold drinks or things, kind of things are kept together. How how do they know that these things needs to be kept together? This is basically that they know that whenever someone buy a chips or a snack, they are most likely to buy cold drinks. So this is called market analysis. This is also one of the part of machine learning. And next, we are going to talk about the consequences of machine learning. But before doing that, let's get the feedback from our Toastmaster Anshuman, and also get the feedback to improve ourselves. So Anshuman, can we have you on the stage?
Thanks a lot, Toastmaster Ankit.
Yes, you are audible and visible, Anshuman, and the stage is yours to share your report.
Thanks a lot, Toastmaster Ankit. Now we head towards the evaluation section where we will get feedback on what, how, and what we performed today, starting with the speech evaluations. We have our first evaluator, Toastmaster Neeraj, to share feedback for Toastmaster Megha. Over to you, Toastmaster Neeraj.
Thank you so much, Anshuman. Today, Megha attempted speech with the title "Say Yes to the Family." She started she started with a very good story where she mentioned that she was finding a groom for a bride for her brother, and how it was related to the title "Say Yes to the Family." And then she talked about how uh, people who are not living the family are, and then overall she gave few tips. Overall, I throughout your speech, your voice was very loud and clear, and you made great use of your hands, like everywhere. For example, if I have to quote few places, you use when you had to mention work life balance, you did like something like this to tell everybody that you're talking about work life balance. And then at one place you mentioned that what specifically she was thinking, like you did the hand gestures like this. So that was very intriguing for me. and and third thing which I liked a lot, all the takeaways that you wanted to express in your speech, you did it in points. For example, you mentioned that staying with family you mentioned it adds more responsibility, first point, and then you need to have more toleration, shattering egos. Like, it was very clear what you wanted to say. But I have few suggestions for you, which will help you to take it even more greater heights. So when you started your speech, you started with a great story, and then you talked about how staying with the family looks like, and then you mentioned that how being alone is not bad, and then you end with overall tips, like how tips about human resources, like how to behave with human. But I believe, like, during your entire speech, somewhere your message got lost. Like, I was expecting at the end you will correlate your speech with the family, like how it is good to live with the family. So I believe you could work more on this structure. And then I believe you had made great use of your hands. But if you could play with your facial expressions as well, and little bit of vocal variety. For example, when you mentioned that you cannot show ego, you could have like higher your pitch. You cannot show ego, something like this. And when you talked about your nani's house, you can be more relaxed and happy when you were mentioning about that. Or uh, or like when you mentioned that what made that girl to write this specific line, like you could make your more surprise, like you are very surprised kind of expression, like what made has what made this girl think about writing that line, something like, which is related to the content. But overall, I thoroughly enjoyed your speech throughout. If you can add just few suggestions which I have mentioned, you could take it into a different level. All the very best. This is it. Back to you, Anshuman.
Thanks a lot, Toastmaster Neeraj. Next, we have distinguished Toastmaster Anand to present the feedback for Toastmaster Manoj. Over to you, distinguished Toastmaster Anand.
Thank you so much, Mr. General Evaluator. Manoj today ticked all the boxes as far as the speech project is concerned. This was not just one, but rather two stories. One of them his own authentic personal experience in Toastmasters as a protege. The speech was certainly centered around the spirit of mentoring, and the way he articulated, the way he narrated the stories, in fact, the way he started the speech altogether, no fuss, no frills, straight away entered into the story and bang. That was an impactful opening, and that's where you gained the momentum initially itself. I love the way how you centered your eye contact around the lens while moving here and there, but kept talking to the lens. And that is where many of us speakers, we falter because we get in the force of the experience so much that we drift our eyes towards the screen. And in this virtual environment, it is a fair common mistake, but you showed your veteran experience. Now, I particularly liked how you had your intonation in check at all times. You lived every sentence that you spoke, did not just say it. There was certain emotion, certain pauses, sometimes fast pacing that was apparent in your speech throughout. A couple of areas where I feel minor truffles as well as one major area of improvement, which can probably take not just this speech, but maybe subsequent speeches a notch higher as well. Marginal improvements. One is, see, when you say a story becomes even more memorable sometimes, not because of the learning or whatever is happening, but because of the characters. Today, the characters were kind of faceless, nameless. How about in your first story, for example, you have your mentor as Michael and the technician as Tom, and that's where you have an edge. You can also give them a mannerisms, some little bit of different ways of speaking their own dialogues rather than paraphrasing them. That makes the story come out more alive. In your own second story, perhaps this was all the more necessary, where you probably missed an opportunity to credit that mentor or that impressive club where you had this profound learning. That would have made this all the more impersonable speech. I felt a couple of places you kind of self repeated or mispronounced, or rather corrected yourself on the spot. Maybe in a speech, we tend to, or we rather must speak at probably 80% of our own pace than what we speak in a usual manner. Minor truffles set aside, in one line summing up the major area of improvement, and that I feel is your last line. The entire speech was about something else, but your last line as the moral of the story was choose your mentor wisely. That's where the mismatch happened for me. Summing it up, fantastic narration, your delivery, your style, all check, project objectives check. Just work on these minor troubles, and you can marginally improve it further. All the very best. Over to you, General Evaluator.
Thanks a lot, distinguished Toastmaster Anand. And last but not the least, we have Toastmaster Animesh to present the evaluation for Toastmaster Mehraj. Over to you, Toastmaster Animesh. Sanjeeva.
Yeah. Thank God, Anshuman got the name right. And Toastmaster Sanjita, first of all, congratulations on delivering your very first speech in Toastmasters. So pat yourself on the back for that. No, and bask in the joy of delivering this speech. This is something to remember. Even though I know you were scared enough to say no, I might not be able to do this. You pulled through. You held yourself together throughout the speech, even with the various ahs and ums. I understand that some of it was not prepared, some of it was prepared. You still had a few points in mind. So thank you so much, first of all, for pulling yourself through the entire speech, holding yourself together throughout the entire speech. Let me start off with the good points. So you kept the bio data short, because there's something I've seen in icebreaker speeches usually, which is that the speaker usually makes the entire speech about their bio, about a bio data, and I felt that you kept this bio data short and used this opportunity of delivering an icebreaker to talk about something much more, to talk about something that you feel very strongly about, which is identity, your identity as an Assamese and the stereotypes surrounding it. So first of all, thank you so much for bringing up that topic, and very well. And even though this was not prepared at all, I understand that it was well done. It was delivered well enough. So there was a very good segue from the biodata, from the whole biodata, right from, okay, I did my master's in public policy, and right from there to, I hail from Assam. And then that's where you get into the segue. I love that. And you, of course, the important topic, which is identity and stereotype, you talked about it at length. So I understand this is something you feel strongly about: culture, language, tradition, Assamese identity. I understand this is something you feel about really strongly, because I feel about my own identity as a Bengali really strongly. So thank you so much for praising that. Here's something that I and the even with the whole stereotype, you threw it on the face of everybody, that you have that this is what the stereotype is, that we seem like that Assam, this is the image of an Assamese. Basically, we are we are kind of a subgroup of Mongols. Yes, not at all, not at all the case, not always. I understand. So thank you so much for bringing that up. Here's something I feel that you could improve upon, which is, even though you had something organized, to take up a, a majority of the speech. I believe you could probably organize the speech a little better, have your points in mind, of course you had the bullet points in mind, but no, but there's no way you could have delivered it uh, without there has to be a certain uh, flow to into it, and I could feel that somewhere you were almost about to lose that flow. So probably next time, organize your speech a little better, and bring up more and more important topics, just like you did today. Keep this up, and I'm pretty sure with a little more organization, with a little more polishing, this could be a contest level speech. Over to you, General Evaluator.
Thanks a lot, Toastmaster Animesh. Quickly coming to the table topic evaluations for the table topic speakers, starting with Toastmaster or guest Dipesh. You had a pretty clear voice, good vocal variety. Since you are traveling, maybe you can just focus on putting basic structure around your speech, especially in difficult situations. And difficult situations warrant for the best opportunity to practice. So if you would, I don't know if you're in auto or in car, but if you could have, even in that situation, put a basic framework and gone by that framework, that would have brought a lot more power than it did currently. But definitely, you challenge yourself to give a speech in trying circumstances. That's a win in itself. Coming to Ashok, great volume, great vitality. Ashok, see it in you to excel so much within this platform, and I'm looking forward to a lot more of your table topics and speeches. What you can focus upon is your pronunciation, which at time faltered a lot. So definitely, I think once you practice over a period of time, focusing on your pronunciation to make it more clear and audible will bring a lot more clarity to your speeches. Coming to Aina, I think Aina, you are a natural storyteller. Your voice was soothing, great comfort with the camera. I think you were holding your phone with one hand, which was restricting your body language. Your one hand was moving, one was holding the phone. Maybe just put up the phone or your camera device somewhere static, and then your body language will bring a lot of power to your speech. So overall, though, a lot of potential, do join our club to enhance it further. Priyesh, good to see you regular. Good to see you consistent with speeches, taking up different roles and table topics too. Your comfort with camera shines through. You have a good vocal variety. What you can focus upon, which I am observing, is pace and pause. You have a consistent pace, which you can vary to bring variety to your speeches, and pausing. Right now, at times it becomes monotonous, to be honest. If you can vary how fast you speak and how slow you speak, and having consistent pauses between paragraphs, between sentences, that will enhance your tone and your vocal variety for the audience. Please do work with your mentor to enhance the same. Jaspreet, good vocal variety and tonality. Your Wi-Fi today was not supporting your table topic as much as your content. Thus, lot of awkward pauses, which you can improve in the future. Technical struggle is something which we all face, but I look forward to hearing a consistent speech next time. Last but not the least, Toastmaster Manoj, you have a very fierce voice which shines through. And I'm guessing a lot of people I would have already told you, but your tonality is so much like Satya Nadella. I'm sure a lot of people, or if not, if I'm the first one, I'll be surprised if I'm the first one who is told that. Since you're already an expert speaker, I have to get into the finesse part of it. Some words have pronunciation off. You might want to listen to your table topic again. If you like, since you are an expert speaker, if you can bring those words closer to the international phonetic standards, that will bring more power to your speech. Words like what, whom had different accent and tonality than your 90% of the speech. So I think your practice area is more on that deliberate practice side of things, focusing on the minute. And if you can just take up those words, look at pronunciation, just practice, get it into your subconscious, it'll be overall enhanced. That was it from my side on the table topics. Next, I'd like to invite our tag team for the evening to share their respective reports, starting with the timer for the evening, Toastmaster Priyesh.
Thank you, Anshuman. I'll share my screen just a minute. Okay, so starting with prepared speeches, uh, Megha took 6 and 15 minutes. Megha and Sanjita were within time, and Manoj was out of time. It was 7 minutes and 9 seconds. For Sanjita, it was 4 minutes and 56 seconds. Moving on to evaluations, Neeraj completed evaluation in 3 minutes 40 seconds, and in 3 minutes 36 seconds, and animation 3 minutes 55 seconds. All the three evaluators were not within time for the session. And lastly, about table topics, Deepesh completed it in 1 minute 28 seconds, Ashok in 1 minute 33 seconds, Aina in 1 minute 43 seconds. I didn't calculate mine properly. Should be around 2 minutes for Jaspreet. Due to the connectivity issues, the timing was 2 minutes 50 seconds, and for Manoj, it was 2 minutes 23 seconds. So that's all from my side. Thank you.
Thanks a lot, Toastmaster Priyesh. Very interesting situation. If all the three evaluators get disqualified, then nobody is disqualified. So maybe we can vote the best disqualified evaluator for today evening. Nevertheless, moving on to our next role player, which is our aha counter for the evening, Toastmaster Jaspreet.
Am I audible and visible?
Yes, you're audible and visible. Please go ahead.
I need access.
Tech Master.
You have the access.
Is the screen visible?
Yes.
Great. So Megha was smooth somehow. Maybe I was able to detect, but I felt like she was very smooth. Manoj was really smooth throughout. He used one time but I think we can ignore that, and he was very smooth. Sanjita, she was using all the time, and she used basically seems like her favorite word, and like you really need to work on your you need to have the pauses. I would say it's okay to have a pause. I think she fears from taking a pause, and that's why she used so many clutch words. Dipesh used twice. That's all I noticed. Ashok somehow maybe I was not able to detect, but he seemed very smooth, or either was not able to detect. I don't know what happened, but I couldn't detect much except of one Aina, she used and she was using and so many times. Priyesh, he used all the time. He really needs to avoid and learn to take pause. He used and a lot. Manoj was very smooth as always, but I noticed you know what. It's something that very Indian people. It's kind of Indian people do a lot. I've noticed. You know what. Neeraj is improving really. She has improved a lot, but still I've noticed some uhs in it. But she's using and very less. She used to use and a lot in previous speeches, but this time she wasn't using as much, and she was very smooth. I mean, I see a lot of improvement. Toastmaster Anand was very smooth according to me, but I noticed like one time use of such words. I think we can ignore that. That's fine. Animesh, use all the time. He really needs to avoid this. It seems like his favorite clutch word. And so, and he used. Our Sergeant at Arms was very smooth, wonderful. Presiding officer was very smooth. Toastmaster of the day used basically once and 4 times. Other than that, he was very nice. Table topic master used and so twice. Other than that, I have not noticed anything. General evaluator was as smooth as always. Over to you.
Thanks a lot, Toastmaster Jaspreet. Needless to say, a very smooth report. And last but not the least, we move on to the grammarian report by Toastmaster Utkarsh.
Thank you so much, Mr. General Evaluator. With the kind of quality we had in our meeting today, I had a very tough day at office. I'll straight away jump into my report and begin with sharing the usage of good words and idioms by fellow speakers. I'll start with Toastmaster of the day, Toastmaster Ankit. He used hitting the bull's eye, which means to hit the center of a target. He used the phrase trial and error. Our speaker Megha used the phrase taken aback, which means to be shocked or surprised. She used the word rebellious, which means resisting authority. Manoj used several good words. He used indispensable, which means absolutely necessary. He used vanished, which means disappeared. Flickering, he used a good phrase called go slow, go easy. He used the word gutted, which means extremely disappointed or unhappy. Colossal, which means extraordinary, great in size. Muster, to assemble. Then he used the phrase skating on thin ice, which means leading a risky way. Then in a context, he said a very good phrase, which he said was, it is only when the light bulb gets off is when we start to pay attention. And that really caught my attention. Toastmaster Sanjita used the word stint, cohort, outcasted. I'm going to be really quick because there are several good words. Ashok used boon. Aina used rigorous, thrilling. Jaspreet used reckless, which means lacking caution. Manoj, in his table topic, used words like cakewalk, brimming with confidence. Anant, during his evaluation, said no fuss, no frills. Truffles, these are the words he used. Anshuman used the word warrant, trying circumstances, vitality. So very well done in terms of the quality of the words used, several diversity as well in terms of the words usage. Very well done on that. Coming to the wrong usages, someone said R goes nuclear. Instead, you could have said ours is nuclear. Now, one thing that I felt like we really found wanting today and kind of lagged was our pronunciation. It was definitely highlighted by distinguished Toastmaster Anand as well as our general evaluator, Toastmaster Anshuman. So there were several pronunciation issues today, which was kind of an outlier in terms of the amount of pronunciation issues we had today. So let me go through the list very quickly. It is conversation and not conversation. It is devastated and not devastated. It is while. I don't know how the person pronounced it. It is colossal, not colossal. It is cohort and not cohort. It is to wonder and not wonder. When you're saying wonder, as in like the thinking process, when you're wondering. And it's questions. You have to roll your tongue. Questions. It is career and not carrier. It is pronunciation and not pronunciation. It is not impromptu. It is impromptu. It is dumbstruck and not dumbstruck, or I don't know how the person pronounced it. So these were the words I could point out, and there could be a few more as well. Unfortunately, when it comes to the word of the day, I think maybe, I don't know, it didn't fit the bill, but somehow only 2 people used the word of the day, Toastmaster Rohan and Toastmaster Manoj. I'm sorry if I'm missing out someone, but I think the 2 factors where we lacked were the use of the word of the day and our pronunciation. This is my takeaway, and this is for everyone's takeaway in this meeting that we need to improve upon. And that is all from my grammarian report. Back to you, our Mr. General Evaluator, Toastmaster Anshuman.
Thanks a lot, Toastmaster Utkarsh. I'll hold you on for a bit. Can you give a tip to all of us of how we can improve our pronunciation?
I think some of the pronunciation issues that we had today were because of their several accents or their regional language issues. I feel like some of them, the majority of the pronunciation issues were due to those, and I feel like it's important I mean, it's very difficult to let go of your, accent or your regional language connotations. But we have to understand that we have to get into the standard English phonetics, which is why we need to practice. I mean, there's no easy way. It can't change overnight. Say, if I am from Haryana and I have a Haryanvi accent, that will show in English as well. So slowly and steadily, we need to improve. We need to imbibe, the correct standard phonetic English and to find the correct pronunciation of things. So just practice. This is the battleground to fail and improve and evolve. And all I would say is just keep at it and you will definitely improve. Thank you so much. Back to you, Toastmaster Anshuman.
Thanks a lot, Toastmaster Utkarsh, for that wonderful tip and the feedback. And thanks a lot to the tag team for sharing your report. Now, quick one from my end on the overall evaluation for the meeting. We started in time, which is a hallmark of Turning Point Toastmasters. So kudos there. Sergeant at Arms returning back from her stint abroad. Toastmaster Neeraj, great start to the meeting. You're quite comfortable with the camera. You read the script quite well. No feedback there. Presiding officer, Toastmaster Utkarsh, you engaged the guests well. You gave a background to the meeting. One suggestion for you to stretch yourself for the remaining term will be to bringing more thematic engagement of the group. For example, you talked about the warm weather and heat spreading outside. You may try to bring more activities or challenges. Again, it's a stretch goal or stretch feedback, not particularly anything missing. You have everything going well. So definitely thank you for starting the meeting well. Coming to Toastmaster Day, Toastmaster Ankit, I think you picked up a very relevant theme for the meeting, quite appropriate for the days and times, which is machine learning 101, and got our guests excited too. You started with engaging the guests on how machine learning is useful in our lives and how machine learning has developed over a period of time, how it impacts our lives, what's the story behind it, what is the impact in society it's creating. Wonderful selection of the theme. You bring in your knowledge like always. How you can challenge yourself is bringing better structure and context to the topic that you're bringing up. For example, some of us may not even know what machine learning is. So at Toastmasters, we have to respect the different kind of audience that are there. Some may be from background which do not understand machine learning. So just starting with the basic definition, then moving and building upon, as they say, the first principles can be an ideal way to engage, to be inclusive about any kind of diversity that was there. Even I was thinking in my mind, what's the definition of machine learning? I knew what machine learning is, but amongst the wealth of data we may forget the basics. So that's something you can strive for in your next Toastmaster Day attempts. Overall, great theme that you picked up and engaged the audience quite. Coming to table topic master, Toastmaster Rohan, you had great energy, you had comfort with the camera, you brought interesting topics to the fore. Post table topics, feedback is not given to the table topic speakers immediately. One, because it can put the other speakers on spot, that they may listen to the feedback and they might be like, oh my god, this person was not good in this, how can I quickly improve and be better there? Second, the realm of feedback is usually part of the general evaluation section, so that's something you can contain. What you can focus on is summarizing the content and giving feedback on the content itself, or maybe just adding any of your anecdotes to the summary so that it is flowing, it is engaging. But my strong suggestion will be to not keep any feedback immediately post the table topics. Coming to timer and the counter, Priyesh, Toastmaster Priyesh, Toastmaster Jaspreet, pretty comprehensive report. You noted down and presented the report on the screen. Just a feedback for Toastmaster Jaspreet. smooth may be a very broader connotation. I'm presuming smooth, you're referring to the smoothness of how the audience heard the flow, or heard, like there were no ahs, ums, and you knows. It was smooth and flowing well. But smooth is a term which is not commonly used as part of the counter terminology. So you may want to add richness to vocabulary there, maybe using multiple synonyms to depict what you want to depict. Say fluent, as Anant mentioned. That's something you can challenge yourself to. Toastmaster Utkarsh, uh, quite a comprehensive grammarian report. You noted down sincerely the good usages of each individual, and you correctly did not point out who did not use the right phrases. So that's the right way to approach a grammarian report. As I asked you the question, for example, you did point out that pronunciation was an important aspect missing from the entire meeting. A tip to help us out is always good to add, especially for the guests who may be wondering how to improve it. So overall, definitely quite a comprehensive report. Coming to the evaluators, Toastmaster Neeraj, distinguished Toastmaster Anand, CRC approach used quite well, comprehensively with examples. Loved both the evaluations, no feedback per se. Toastmaster Animesh, you wanted to convey two messages which could be conveyed, I think, in a minute or two, which you went above time to convey. Maybe you're being considerate about the speaker, that she may feel be sensitive about the evaluation. That is what I felt, that you're being too empathetic for the speaker. But at Toastmasters, we have to be direct, precise, and concise. So there was one you wanted to mention, that Toastmaster Sanjida did a great job in quoting about her identity and her background. And from an improvement standpoint, you wanted her to put structure to her speeches. I think this is my concise summary of your entire evaluation. So maybe keeping it brief and working through it next time will be more impactful.
Understood. Thank you.
I think that is it from my side on the evaluation. I look forward to an amazing meeting next time. Thank you. Over to you, Toastmaster Ankit.
Thank you, General Evaluator Anshuman, for such a detailed report. I think we all loved your feedback, and all the evaluators as well. Just before for the closing about the theme of machine learning, I just wanted to mention that there are both positive and negative consequences of machine learning. Right, talking about positive consequences, we have seen that we are getting efficient. Right, the businesses are using chatbots nowadays to answer basic queries. We are getting personalized suggestions. Like whenever we go to Netflix, we get to see recommended movies or content that we could watch. So that's one example of personalized examples. And also we are seeing that the machine learning is being used in diagnosing many of the diseases. Talking about the negative consequences, uh, we might be over relying on technology rightly. So navigating without GPS is being a struggle. Can be the like cashiers in the supermarkets are now nowadays are not required in many places because the overall checkout process has been automated. So these are some of the negative consequences. And with this, this basically ends our theme for today. And I will hand over the stage back to our presiding officer, Utkarsh.
All right. Thank you. Thank you so much. Sorry for that glitch. Can we have a huge round of applause for our Toastmaster of the day? A thundering applause. I mean, it was not an easy topic. It was quite technical. You have to make sure that everyone follows through, everyone is engaged. So, very well done, Toastmaster Ankit. I would also like to take this opportunity and say that anytime we have an experienced or a veteran Toastmaster as a general evaluator, I got always excited. Like we had today in Toastmaster Anshuman, I was very excited, and it is always a treat. You know, the kind of minor granular details and points of recommendation they could provide really helps us to bring that finesse and makes us a complete speaker. And today was no different. The kind of particular points he made about each and every one of us will definitely help us evolve and become better speaker. So on behalf of everyone, I extend a sincere gratitude and thank you from the bottom of our hearts, Toastmaster Anshuman. Can we have a huge round of applause for our general evaluator? Thank you so much. All right. As a presiding officer, I have two duties now. Firstly, to close the meeting on time. So I have 4 minutes to wrap up and also to launch some polls. So I'll do that right away. Starting with the best auxiliary role player. I request everyone to cast their votes. And in the meantime, while you're casting your vote, let me take some valuable feedbacks from our guests, starting with Aina. Hi, Aina. This was your first Toastmaster meeting, and I'm so excited to hear the review. How was your experience? And yeah, please share any kind of feedback or any areas of recommendation that you would like to give us.
Hi, am I visible? Can you see me?
Yes, you are visible.
Okay. I am trying to actually, just a sec. Let me. Am I audible?
Yes, you are, Aina. Please go ahead.
Okay. I just took the point of the general evaluator. I put my camera. Just I get this. Okay. Wait. I have put my phone in front of me, and now I'm speaking. So it was actually very good. I was about to leave. I had this thing in my mind that I will leave after 1 hour, but I stayed because I thoroughly enjoyed it. I enjoyed everything about it. All all the speakers, Toastmasters who gave their speeches, all the evaluations, all the table topics, they were very interesting. And I loved how thoroughly everybody evaluated. I mean, keeping in mind the timers, the and the general evaluation, and you who told everything about the grammatical mistakes, the pronunciations, it was very good. I thoroughly enjoyed it. Thank you so much for having me, and it was a great experience.
Wow, euphoria is the word right now. I mean, I'm euphoric. The way you described it, the way you loved it. Firstly, the way you took to the task, you took the feedback of general evaluator, and straight away you're putting your phone on the table. Wow, that shows how committed and most importantly, how much you enjoyed our meeting and how engrossed you were. I'm truly ecstatic. Thank you so much, Aina. And we were so glad to host you today. And we urge you to come more often. And thank you so much for gracing us. Thank you. All right. So thank you. So the polls for best speech evaluators, best speech evaluator is up. I request everyone to cast their vote. In fact, most of them have already casted their votes. So let me end this poll right away. We have one final poll which is pending, which is the big one for the best role player. I request everyone to cast their votes. You have 10 to 15 seconds for it. And while you're casting your vote, let me call upon Ashok. Ashok, this is, I think, your second meeting with us. And I would just like to quickly ask, how has your experience evolved? And yeah, any areas of recommendation or feedback that you would like to give us? Ashok. Ashok, are you there? Can you hear me?
Yeah, am I audible now?
Yes, you're certainly audible, but I guess
you can't see me because the topic was the same if I were invisible. Now it's time to become invisible. Anyway, it's just for fun. The good part of the Toastmaster Club is the meeting is so fabulous and marvelous that everything is aligned. And the best part is the evaluation, whatever mistakes and whatever do wrong, during the meetings and what mistakes we are making during the speeches, and it is figure out. And this is the best part. And all the speakers and evaluators and role players did great job. And this is the beauty of Toastmaster meetings. And I really enjoyed the meeting. And as I have already told all of you that I'm going to be a part of this club as a member. And I could not fill the form. It was looking so lengthy, but today I go through the form and I fill it today. If I face some challenges, I will definitely contact you. So I really want to thank all of the role players, speakers, members, and guests. Very well done job. Thank you.
Wow, thank you so much, Ashok. You spoiled the surprise. I was about to announce that you are like almost on the verge of becoming a member, and we are so thrilled to welcome you soon. And in case you feel you have any issue, you face any issue while filling the form, we are all there. Contact us. Our VP membership will definitely connect with you soon, and we'll make sure that you have a smooth onboarding process. Thank you so much, Ashok, and soon to be a Toastmaster, Ashok. Thank you so much.
Okay.
All right. That wraps up the guest feedback. It's already above 9:09. Let me quickly wrap this meeting. I will straight away announce the results for today's polls. How about I start with the best table topic speaker? So I'm so thrilled to announce, it was a tough fight between two people, but I'm so thrilled to announce that the table topic winner today is the debutante, the one who has attended this meeting for the very first time, Aina. Can we have a huge round of applause for Aina? This was her first Toastmaster meeting, a debut at Table Topics, and she delivered and she won. And you conquered. Thank you so much, Aina, and well-deserved. Congratulations. I'm sorry we don't have the time for the acceptance speeches. Moving on to the best prepared speaker. The best prepared speaker for today is, it was a tough fight between all of them. Everyone received a fair share of votes, but by a whisker of a margin, the winner is Speaker 2, Manoj. Can we have a huge round of applause for him? Very well deserved. Congratulations, Manoj. All right, moving on to the best speech evaluator. The best speech evaluator was pretty much a unanimous call, and the winner is evaluator number 2, distinguished Toastmaster Anand. Can we have a huge round of applause for him? All right. Next up is for the best auxiliary role player. The best auxiliary role player for today is yours truly, Grammarian Utkarsh. Can we have a huge round of applause? Thank you so much. All right. Next up is for the best role player. And the best role player was pretty much unanimous call. There was a fight between two people, but a certain person received a fair share, and the winner today is General Evaluator Toastmaster Anshuman. No surprises there. Can we have a huge round of applause? The kind of comprehensive feedback he gave to us. Congratulations, Toastmaster Anshuman. Congratulations to all the winner and participants. We had a wonderful